man. Y'all see the title of the video, how to flirt correctly. This is the secrets of how to flirt. Now, I know it's probably mad other videos like this, but this is going to be absolutely no BS, bro. This ain't no corny, nothing like that, bro. I'm going to give you tips on how to flirt, and not only how to flirt, but how to become a better conversationalist in general, bro. You know what I mean? Because flirting, yeah, that's one area that, you know, you're talking to women. That's cool. Everyone want to know how to do that. But honestly, the tips that I'm about to give you, you can carry over into other aspects of your life. You could take this into interviews. You could take this into wherever, you know what I mean? Wherever you need to go ahead and converse with somebody, networking, whatever the case may be, you feel me? Because ultimately we're all social creatures, man. These are basic topics, basic things that you should know and learn, you feel me? So boom, flirting with women, man. And I told you this is no BS, dog. So if you don't like what I got to say, that's tough, because this is the truth. And I guarantee you follow these steps, bro, you're gonna be way better at talking to women. Facts. Now, number one is this. Flirting with women, the number one thing that you have to understand is that before you even get to the talking part, bruh, it starts before that. It starts when you at home and you being lazy and deciding whether to go to the gym or not. Reason I say that is because physical attraction is everything. It is a 100% proven fact that if you are a man and you are attractive, you can get away with not having game. Your height, your looks, your physique can carry you, and there's literally things that you could do to up your game, to up your physical attraction level too. Even the way that you dress, you know what I mean? Way that you dress your physique, you feel me? The way that the shoes that you're wearing, the chain you got around your neck, whatever, you know what I mean? These are all things that can up your physique level, you feel me? Because the higher your physique level is, the lower the barrier of entry is when it comes to flirting with and talking to women. Okay, that is the first thing that you must understand. And if you don't believe me, then I guarantee, bruh, a dude that's not as attractive that goes out and does these same tasks, I'm saying, that he's not going to be as successful. He's not going to be as successful, bro. A guy that's way up here, that because he's been self-improving and all that, he's going to be way more successful if he uses tactics I'm telling y'all, bro. So that's number one. Let's get that out the way. Number two is this, man. When it comes to flirting with women, you don't have to be some kind of suave, you know, pickup artist, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like you ain't got to be like that, bro. Ultimately, what it comes down to, what it boils down to is having charisma, aka charm, right? Which is really just being a good conversationalist and getting somebody invested in talking to you. You feel me? Being somebody that people want to have a conversation with and people want to be around, right? And what that really boils down to is a few things. One of the, a couple of the keys, two of the keys are listening and body language. Right? Listening and body language. Now, body language also includes, you know, eye contact, you know what I mean? Just overall, you know, your facial structure, or your facial, what you call them? Your facial expressions, you feel me? Your body language, all of that, bruh. And then listening. Listening is a big part that people do not understand is so important about talking to women, because you got to realize that if you're not listening, you won't be able to pick up on certain things. The guys that are best at talking to women and best at flirting to women are great listeners. The best conversationalists are excellent listeners, man. Excellent listeners. So once you get that part down, once you learn how to actually listen to somebody, right, and read who they are, you will be much better at conversation. Because the truth is, you're not just listening with your ears, you're listening with your eyes too. Here's what I mean by that, right? You can tell a lot from somebody based off of how they dress, how they walk, how they carry themselves. Y'all ever heard that saying, dress how you want to be addressed? That is very true, man. The way that people dress, that's the way that they express themselves. That's the way that they want to be approached. You feel me? So you see somebody wearing, I don't know, baggy jeans and a tank top or whatever, you know what I mean? Clearly, you know what I mean? If this person is not super duper professional, at least not in this moment right now, they don't want to be addressed as a professional person. Versus you see somebody in a suit and tie, obviously this is a more professional, more put together person, at least for the moment. You feel me? So you have to understand that you can read a lot about people and you can tell a lot about people just based off of how they look and all of that. So let's put that in the context of talking to women, right? Let's say that you see a woman, right? And you see that she is dressed extremely modestly, right? Maybe she's wearing a super long dress or whatever while she out. She's covering up, you know what I mean, a lot of her skin or whatever the case may be. But what you have to understand about modern women, right, is that a lot of these modern chicks, if they got it, they gonna show it. You know what I mean? If she has big assets, you know, you know what I'm saying? then she's going to show that off 9 times out of 10. We talking about modern women here, bruh. They on the gram showing all the, you know what I'm saying? So if she not showing it, it's 2 things. Either number 1, she very much values her body, or number 2, she might be insecure. You feel me? Either way, you know for a fact that this is not a woman that is extremely forward. This is probably not not a what you would call a modern woman. You know what I mean? This is not a chick that's very big on just, you know what I mean, just letting her body go to anybody. You know what I'm saying? She's very concealed. You feel me? That's just one example. Versus a chick that might have like a bikini on. She got something mad skimpy on. You seeing mad skinny. You know what I mean? If she's showing off mad skin, then you can probably guess, okay, this is a chick that's a little bit more forward. She won't do to see skin more. And that's just the actual facts. That's the truth. That's just the truth. And that's how you listen with your eyes. You feel me? That's how you use your eyes to your advantage, man. Now, actually listening. The problem is this, man. When it comes to listening, you got to realize that a lot of the times you're not even invested in the conversation because you're too focused on the end result. A lot of y'all be so focused on, am I going to get this girl's number? Like, what's going to happen after this? Like, am I going to take this girl home? That you're not even thinking about the actual conversation at hand. And your flirting and your game is suffering because of it. Okay? Because you're not actually taking the time to listen. If you listen to what people are talking about and you listen to people, you know what I mean, their responses to what you're saying and whatever the case may be, you can actually pick up on what they like, how much they like you. You know what I mean? Like, you can literally actually form a connection with somebody. And these are important things because this is where the whole charisma / charm comes into play. Because when you actually listen to people, you know, people just want to be heard. People love to talk about themselves. People love to hear you talk about them. People want to be heard. They want their story to be heard. You feel me? So if you actually are listening and you are actively responding in a way that is actually engaging in the conversation, they will actually like you much more than if you were to be like, oh, and whole time you're thinking about what's going to happen after. Am I going to take this chick home? Whole time, you know what I mean? The conversation is going to complete shit. You know what I'm saying? You actually need to listen to her and listen to what she's saying, bruh. And I promise the conversation quality will go up and up and up. But you have to learn how to actually listen to what she's saying. Now, body language, right? Body language is very, very key because during conversation, you have to understand that eye contact is a huge thing, especially for women, because things like body language, that is where the feeling part of it comes in. Yes, you're listening and you know what I mean? She's gonna love that fact that you listening, you feel me? The quality of conversation is going to be high and everything. But if your body language is not engaged and you're not making eye contact, you know what I mean? It won't feel like you're really listening. You know what I mean? It won't look like you're listening. You have to be engaged, meaning that your body should be pointed towards her. You feel me? Nervous movements like, you know, twitching and all this, you know what I mean? Try and cut down on those as much as possible. Okay, you want to make sure that you're making eye contact. Eye contact is one of the most important things, especially with women, because it can literally make her feel some type of way, right? They say the eyes is the window to the soul. Eye contact is a very strong and a very powerful thing. Imagine that you were just walking down the street randomly one day and a chick just started making direct eye contact with you. 9 times out of 10, that means what? That means that she's probably interested in you or whatever the case may be. You feel me? Eye contact is a very important thing, right? And of course, not just with women, not just with flirting, but in general, you feel me? When you talking to an interviewer, but even if it's another dude, you feel me? A strong man, right? You looking at somebody in the eyes and you talking to them. That's how you gain people's respect. Eye contact is extremely, extremely important. You want to make sure that you're making eye contact with him. Now, you don't want it to be uncomfortable. You know what I mean? You're not staring at her like these. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You making comfortable eye contact. You know what I mean? You glance away every now and then, but ultimately you want to make sure that you are looking at her like 80% of the time or whatever the case. You know what I mean? This is as long as it's comfortable. You see what I'm saying? Like the way that I'm looking at the camera, you know what I mean? How I look off screen sometimes, you feel me? But my focus is mainly on you. I'm looking at you right now. Okay, so that's why body language is extremely important. Okay, you want to make sure that you're doing things to make her feel like you are there and that you are present within the conversation. And I promise you, honestly, forget the actual conversation topics. These things alone will make her feel some type of way. These things alone will literally make her feel like, oh, this guy got this right here. Like will literally get you to the promised land damn near by itself. You won't even have to worry about what you're saying. You won't even have to worry about thinking about topics. These things right here. But I'm going to go ahead and keep going. Now, the other thing about flirting that a lot of y'all don't get is that half the time you are flirting with someone that doesn't want to be flirted with. You got to understand that conversations are a tool two-person thing. It's a two-person thing. It's not just like you going there and you just talking and she just listen. No, bruh. Actively having two people engage in conversation is the best way to flirt or the best way to talk to women, right? If she's not engaged in you, bruh, then you might as well just talk to a brick wall. You might as well be talking to a brick wall, bruh. You feel me? But you have to make sure that you're flirting with someone that wants to be flirted with, right? Meaning that you need to use your eyes, right? And read the room. As you're approaching her, right? What is she looking like? Right? How is she? Because she gonna see you approach. You feel me? You gotta have confidence in all that. And that's another thing too. One of the biggest hurdles, one of the biggest roadblocks that you will face in talking to any woman is the fact that she's going to have a big ego, right? A lot of these chicks got huge egos. You feel me? You have to overcome that hurdle by upping your value, right? And that goes back to the self-improvement and things of that nature, right? But also the way that you carry yourself is you carrying yourself with confidence and stuff like that. You feel me? So when you approach her, boom, you gotta make sure that you overcoming that ego hurdle as best as you can. You feel me? Now, some chicks are just gonna have an ego and they not gonna be engaged and they don't want to talk to you or whatever. They might not just be attracted to you or not interested. You feel me? But as long as the other woman is engaged and talking to you, things should be fine, man. But you have to understand that a conversation is a two-person thing. And if you are both present, I guarantee the quality of conversation will go way up. Now, like I said, charisma and all that is extremely important. Listening to people, right? Because like I said, people love talking about themselves. People love to tell their story, bro. You have to make sure that you're listening. Now, when you're talking to someone, right? You know what I mean? And you're keeping body language and eye contact and whatever the case may be. Understand that when it comes to topics, you want to stray away from small talk as much as possible. Because the truth is, nobody actually likes small talk. Okay? No one cares about what's your favorite color or you know what I mean? Like, that's all stuff that's, you know what I mean? Borderline irrelevant. You know what I mean? It's such surface level stuff that you can't actually build a connection. And that's not what charisma is all about. Charm is all about. You know what I mean? You want to make it seem as if you two actually really connected. You feel me? You want to make it seem as you want to be a likable person, right? And another thing too, before I really get into topics and things of that nature, your body language also plays into how likable you are, right? If you have a strong, confident body language, right? But you know what I mean, your face is just like upset, whatever, you know what I mean? You look brooding, you know what I mean? Oh yeah. You know what I mean? People are gonna be like, oh, what you mad about? You gotta watch your facial structure, you know what I mean? You wanna be friendly, you wanna be approachable, you know what I'm saying? You wanna be, you know what I mean? Being outgoing is a very helpful thing. I know a lot of y'all is probably introverts or whatever the case may be, but you know, being outgoing, just a friendly person in general, is ultimately what is going to help you in the long run. It's going to make you much more likable. You don't want to be some kind of like intimidating, whatever. You don't want to look like you like just super shy. You know what I mean? You don't want to just be super shy, right? Because another thing too is that women like to feel safe, right? They love masculine energy. And the thing that they love about the masculine energy is they want to be able to feel protected by the man that they talking to, right? And let's say that a man, you know what I mean? What it boils down to is it goes back to like hunter-gatherer days, right? Like back then they wanted to know, like, can this man provide? Can this man protect me? Whatever. You know what I mean? She wants to be able to feel that she is in a man's presence. She wants to be able to feel that masculine, safe, protected presence. You feel me? And you know what I mean? What it is it's really like a mixture between, you know what I mean? This person is strong. He'll get aggressive when he needs to. You feel me? But you know, in the presence of a woman, you know what I mean? He knows how to take care of a woman. He knows how to talk to a woman. This is all in body language and stuff like that, right? You don't want to ever, you know what I mean? You don't want to shoulder slump, you know what I mean? Shoulders up, all that, shoulders back, you know what I mean? Eye contact, all that. That's all things that can be portrayed through body language. You feel me? Now, because we're just talking about in the moment. We're not talking about anything. We're just talking about in the moment during the conversation. Now, back to the topics. You do not want to have small talk, okay? Small talk is the enemy of talking to women and the enemy of flirting, bruh. When you're talking to her, there are a few things you want to get deep. Basically, you want to get deep, except you want to avoid things like talking about work, right? Because work/school, because work and school is like, it can be very surface level at times. And even if you do get deep into it, it's kind of like, you know, who really wants to talk about their struggles at work and school? You know what I mean? That she's out in order to just escape from that. You know what I mean? Exes. You don't really want to talk about exes at all. You do not want to bring that up. You shouldn't be bringing up any other man in general when you are talking to a woman. That's only going to lead to disaster. You feel me? Now she's going to be thinking about him the whole time. You feel me? Women are already emotional. You bring him up, she might just, you know what I mean? Now she's no longer engaged in the conversation because she's thinking about her ex and all this other bullshit. You feel me? Things that you want to talk about is honestly whatever. You know what I mean? Get deep. Get to know who they are. Actually listen to their story. Get to find out their story. You know what I mean? Pry just a little bit. You know what I mean? Get something out of them. Now, obviously, they might not tell you everything because, you know what I mean? You still got to get to know the person. But you know what I mean? Be open and be friendly and be vulnerable yourself. You know what I mean? But I mean by vulnerable is, you want to give off the vibe that you are trusting. You want to give off the vibe that you are someone that she can confide in, right? But not in like a friendly homie way, right? You want to give off like not like a, oh, you can tell me anything. You know what I mean? Like, no, not like that, bro. You just want to give off that vibe that, you know, you are just a really genuine, down to earth person. You know what I mean? Someone that you could just talk to at all times. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that you are talking about things that matter and things that interest both you and her, right? So for example, let's say that you and her both like chess. Okay, y'all could talk about chess or whatever for a while, you know what I'm saying? And let's get deeper, you know what I mean? Why do you like chess? Oh, I like chess because, you know what I mean? I just really like games. I'm a really competitive person at heart, you know what I mean? Whatever, you know what I mean? Why are you competitive? Well, I really like to win, you know what I mean? Like, I got a lot of goals set for myself. You feel me? I expect a lot from myself, you know, considering like my family situation. You know what I mean? It's just so many different avenues that you could take to learn about people, right? And when you actually listen to them, that is what helps the most, right? But with all of this, everything that I just talked about, the listening, the body language, the topics that you want to talk about, the topics that you want to stay away from, stems right back to physical attraction, right? Because the truth of the matter is, if you are not physically attractive, one or two things are going to happen. Either she's just going to reject you off the jump because of her ego, or number one, or number two, you won't even be able to have a conversation long enough, right? You won't even be able to have a conversation long enough. Now, understand this too. There's different routes that you can take, right? When flirting with a woman, right? What I'm referring to is not necessarily just the first conversation, right? I'm just talking about any conversation in general with said woman, right? So the first conversation, let's say that you went with the tactic of you getting the number and then you dip, right? You're not staying there very long. You get in, you get out, and you kind of leaving, you playing the mystery game. Let's say this is the first time you've seen her, you at a party, whatever the case may be. Okay, then everything that I'm talking about right here applies to the second time that you meet her or whenever y'all actually link up in person. You know what I mean? This isn't just something that you do, you know what I mean, the first time you see a chick, the first time you meet a chick or link up with her or whatever. You know what I mean? Use these tactics when appropriate. You feel me? Use them to your advantage, okay? And understand that this all really stems back to confidence as well, right? You're not going to be able to really listen and engage in a conversation and connect with a woman if you don't have the confidence within yourself to actually have that conversation. I know a lot of y'all probably struggle with like social anxiety. It's hard for you to talk to people and things of that nature, you feel me? But the way that you overcome that is by having conversations. The only way to get good conversations is by having conversations. So force yourself to go and talk to somebody. Go talk to some girls, go talk to some, make some new friends, whatever the case may be. And I promise you, your conversation skills is going to go up and your success rate with women is going to go even higher. Because I promise you, if you are able to form a connection and listen to what she's saying and have strong body language and confidence, I guarantee you that is going to take you very far. The reason it's going to take you very far is because when you do these things that I'm telling you, it makes her feel some type of way. Women are emotional, right? You do these things. These are all things that trigger an emotional response. They trigger an emotional response, bro. I'm telling you right now. And when you trigger that emotional response, she will be much more inclined to actually like you. Okay. See what I'm saying? These are like psychological tactics. You know what I'm saying? This is all based off of the brain. You feel me? And that's part of the reason why, and I should have said this way earlier. Damn. That's part of the reason why when you flirt with a chick, right? Never lead with, oh, you're so beautiful and, oh, you look pretty. Like, you know what I mean? You don't want to lead with those ingenuine comments. You don't want to lead with those compliments that mean nothing, that she's heard a million trillion times before already, bruh. Okay, if you're going to compliment her, understand that compliments are used to back up good behavior, right? So if she compliments you first, then you can compliment her. But when you hit her with a compliment, it has to be genuine. It can't just be, oh yeah, you look good. You know what I mean? Make it a genuine compliment. Make it something like you approached her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you obviously like her if you're trying to flirt with her and you talking to her or whatever the case may be. You approached her. So what made you approach her? Like, what did you like about her? You know what I'm saying? Give her a genuine compliment. This is when, that's how you use validation to your advantage. But you know what I mean? At the same time, you got to be very careful with that, because some chicks will take that validation and run with it, which is why you shouldn't validate or compliment unless you do it first, or you may not even want to do it at all. Whole time you want her to chase your validation as well, man. So anyway, that's all I got for y'all today. Hope y'all enjoyed this one. Let me know what you want to see next. Love y'all. I'm out of here, man. Peace.